okay, there's something else I saw rather recently. It's very popular on YouTube right now. This video is going to be a little bit long, but it's very popular on YouTube right now. It's the NoFap thing, you know, not masturbating to internet porn. A novel concept, I know, but uh, these people apparently, these guys, I guess in particular, stop touching themselves, stop masturbating uh, to internet porn, either indefinitely or for 90 days or some period of time. But what they're finding is that they are healthier, more productive members of society. Like, they're more creative, they're more energetic, and they have all the, you know, they have less depression and less social anxiety. I mean, like, they're normal, I guess. So, but one thing I did see that was interesting about that is that when a person, like, when the reverse happens, when a person starts using the internet and masturbating and you know, fapping, as they say, uh, when they start doing that, all these things, like, it starts with normal stuff, like, oh, looking up boobs or looking up sex, and then it gets stranger, and then it goes into, like, you know, looking up sex in different positions, or, you know, sex in public, or, you know, in taboo places, or, you know, it even that's where it goes from there. It goes to, like, people, even if they're straight, they're watching gay sex, and then they're watching, you know, like, maybe transsexual sex, or like the she-male stuff. Like, it gets progressively more strange, you know? And then you start getting people that start liking, you know, anthropomorphized animals, and then, you know, what's it called, like rape fantasies, and then so it progresses to violence. You know, it progresses to BDSM and everything else. Like, that's a little weird. Like, it because as you, I guess, as the dopamine receptors in your brain, they get numbed by having the dopamine from, you know, masturbation. They have it, like, it wears down. The receptors become less responsive, so you need more dopamine for the same thing. Like, it's like a drug, you know? So they require more and more taboo things to get the same kind of high. And I think that's how society is going. I think that's how the whole thing is going, because, I mean, if you look at that same line of stuff, first it was like sex, even just talking about sex, strictly prohibited. Like, no one's talking about sex, no one's, you know, flaunting sex, everyone's modest, everyone is you know, concealed about what they do. Then it started getting more sexually liberating, you know, like people having sex and orgies, and like, you know, then gay sex started coming up. Then, you know, so then it was a movement, people coming out of the closet. You know, I'm not saying that people should be harming other people, ever, ever. So people hurting people because they were gay, not okay. No, not okay. Never is it okay to hurt another person. Okay? But if you look at where we're going, all right, society is following that same trend I just talked about for, like, you know, people and their excitement, their interests, right? So as more and more things are available and, like, acceptable, then we need to, the people that keep it on the edge, that need to be more taboo, need to be more out there, are going to keep pushing the envelope to the next thing, to the next thing. So what's next? It has to be violence, right? After we accept all forms of strange sexuality, the next thing has to start being violence, and people loving violence, people like like lusting after violence, like getting excited by it, you know? I mean, I don't know. That's a scary thought. That's a scary thought. I mean, I mean, people are getting more and more pent up, and I thought it was just because people were bored, or people were like feeling oppressed, or feeling like they couldn't do anything, so they lash out in some way. But I'm honestly thinking maybe it's just, you know, our focus is gone. You know, maybe because we stopped focusing on God and what God wanted, and what his plan for us was, we saw that traditional stuff as boring or wrong or old. And no, I don't want to do that. That's traditional. Now it's anti-tradition. It's everything that is new and different and unexplored, but at the same time, like, it's not like a healthy road. You know, the even the man-woman relationship, like, where the man goes and works hard and does the kind of crappy hard work that his body's kind of built for, more or less. Not you know, there's some men that they're, you know, they have problems and they don't have that same ability. But I'm talking about in general, you know, like men's broad shoulders, their arms, their upper body strength. That's meant for doing heavy work in the fields or wherever. And the fact that women are the ones that have the children, and they're more able to express emotion and understanding, then that to me seems like a nurturer. Seems like someone that is meant to kind of like take care of the children and take care of the environment, because they're better at it. Just strictly because it's something that comes easier to them. But we go away from that because that's too, you know, that's too oppressive. For some reason we think it's oppressive, but really it's like a ingredient list for how to do it right, how to do it like the way that makes the most sense and works the best for everybody. It wasn't like a rule that someone said, oh, you have to do this, or, you know, we're gonna kill you. No, it's not like that. It's like, here's the best way to do it, because it's what our bodies are made for naturally. But we're rejecting it. So I'm going on tangents here, so I'll try to get back to the focus, which is, you know, we started very traditional. We are becoming anti-traditional. Anything that resembles some kind of, like, you know, orderliness or law, anything that makes sense. Logic itself, I swear, is under attack. It's you know, everything is being questioned. I had trouble knowing what to believe before, and now I have trouble believing anything, because all of it is just opinion. All of it is just, I want to say something different. I want to be special. Look at me for a second. And then they have their 5 seconds of limelight. You know, someone paid attention to you because of your disability or your special individual, whatever. Everyone wants to be recognized, but they're not being recognized for things that matter. They're being recognized for things that they identify with, which can be just switched on a dime. It doesn't mean anything. You know, like, even the idea of like being a certain sex is like no longer something that you can identify with, because now people are saying, oh, well, today I'm male, tomorrow I'm female. I want to be whatever I am is what I identify with, and that's it. You know, it's anti-logic. It doesn't make any logical sense. It goes against everything we've known or done forever. That's it. That's my rant. But there's a lot in there, all right? Like, I don't know where we're going. I don't know what's going to happen. But I do think it's very important that no matter what I do, I want to make money, I want to be successful, but I think the most important thing I can do is I need to get right with God. I need to find time to spend reading the Bible and understanding what God wants for me, because maybe he wants us to get out of here before, you know, bad stuff starts happening. Maybe he wants me to stay to help the people that are here. But whatever does happen, I want to be ready for it so that I can be what God needs me to be when it's ready, you know, when it's time. So I think that's all the stuff that was making me angry today. Sorry, babe. I wasn't trying to unleash any of that on you. You had the right to be upset about me not taking care of, you know, our son last night, but there's a lot of things weighing on my mind, and that stuff this morning really set me